Avataro Sentai, Donbrothers, meets Sonic the Hedgehog. 35th Anniversary Special. The special begins at a residence home where the Shirokuma Express delivery truck arrives driven by Taro Mamoy as he heads to and knocks on the home's door. In response, two young men enter the door as Taro is about to present them their package they have ordered. However, the two men are really happy to be united as brothers with Taro, who's confused upon this on what the two men are talking about. Later, after taking a break from work, Taro takes the two men to Cafe Donbora where Haruka, Shinichi and Tsuyoshi are hanging out, as they're introduced by the two men who are Taro's brothers, Taro Urashiro and Taro Kimura, although the three companions who think this situation is similar to Taro being mistaken as Tomoko Higashi's son in episode 24 corrected that the last names confirmed to be family surnames. They get scolded by Kimura before Urashiro calms him down by explaining that they were born from the Don clan in Idion just like Mamoy. However, unlike the human world that Mamoy's companions lived on where people with the same last names are family surnames, the Don clan go by first names to be family surnames, which explains why the three's first names are called Taro while go with different last names, such as Mamoy based on Momotaro the Peach Boy, Urashiro based on Urashima Taro, and Kimura based on Kintaro, making Mamoy's companions surprised by this, as those three explain that's almost the same as Japanese saying of those names first with last names then to first names, which countries outside of Asia always go for first names then to last names, like in United States, France, etc. Urashiro and Kimura continue that, like Taro, the two were sent to Earth as babies when the Don clan was taken over by the Nodo, ending up each adopted by Earthlings before they grow up to find each other happy as brothers, as this is the destiny that those who are born from the clan get to meet with the same first surname, like Taro, which the two men got that information from someone in a black waiter uniform who explained this destiny to them. The four Donbrothers turn to the master of the cafe, Kato, who reveals that the clan entrusted him to give out the news to those survivors of the same first names to be united as a family, as Urashima and Kimura are the first ones that he revealed them to since a year ago, and now that the two are united with Mamoy, they can happily work together to stop the Nodo from killing people as Hitatsukas, as it is revealed that the two Taros are also part of the Donbrothers based on those folklores, much to the Donbrothers' surprise, just until Jiro Momotani, who has been eavesdropping the conversation, enters the cafe that he didn't know that first names are family surnames for the Don clan, as he then gets upset that Mamoy gets to be brothers with Urashiro and Kimura, but why can't Jiro to be like the younger brother to Mamoy, who still disagrees on that brothership. Kimura criticizes Jiro for that fantasized brothership, including acting like a hero that he's inspired to become like Mamoy, although Urashima tries to calm him down to prevent more argument which he doesn't like. Just then a blue hedgehog-like speedster quickly enters the store to order the cafe's special chili dogs that he saw outside of the cafe's menu, which Kato already serves him those hot dogs, as the seven Donbrothers are surprised upon this humanoid hedgehog and the food as Cafe Donbora doesn't serve hot dogs. However, while eating his chili dog and about to explain his appearance to the seven, an explosion was heard away from the cafe which makes the seven Donbrothers head out to face the Hitatsuki situation, as the blue hedgehog will also join in after eating his chili dog. There the seven confront two Hitatsukas, Masasabiki and Yoroi Nezumiki, who shout about wanting to be with Sonic again and want to get rid of the innovating flying fox and fist-fighting echidna. Confused upon the two's common desire, the seven Donbrothers focused by transforming into their hero forms, with Urashiro and Kimura using their own Don blasters and Avataro gears to transform into DonUrataro and DonKintaro respectively, together dealing with the two demons, with those two Taro's own weapons to be the Saraiza Rek and Mega Ono Ken respectively. The three Taro's avatar change into Jetman, Mamoy to Red Hawk, Urashiro to Blue Swallow, and Kimura to Yellow Owl, to take the upper advantage against the two demons. However, Jiro gets possessed by his dangerous self to transform into Don Torbolt to injure Ura and Kintaros and was about to do the same towards Don Momotaro. However, this give the two Hitatsukas the advantage to take down the seven Donbrothers for good and were about to find this Sonic guy just until they get knocked down by the blue speedster who happily reveals he is Sonic that the two been looking for. Much to the seven's amazement, just until a golden ring from above appears sending out an aircraft with a yellow fox and red echidna riding on to find Sonic, who is happy to see Tails and Knuckles to come to this dimension unexpectedly. Upon seeing Sonic's friends, This made the two Hidatsukas very angry as they charged at them to get injured. However, the three Taros, still transformed, managed to get up and block them from going further. Seeing the three need more help and with no time to explain as to why he appeared in this dimension, Sonic reveals to Tails and Knuckles that they can also become those heroes as well by using the Dawn Blasters and their own Avataro gears, thanks to the waiter for giving those three devices invented by the Dawn clan. Much to the two's surprised, and will give it a shot as the Sonic heroes use them to transform into Harinzumi brother, Kitsune brother, and Harimogura brother, who renamed themselves as Sonic Brothers, for now joined the three Taros to weaken the two Hidatsukas, resulting Don Momotaro to laugh now that as a festival as Ura and Kintaro agreed with him to join with the little Donbrothers, which the four companions do remind them like Inu brother, although where could he be at this time of battle? After weakening the two Hidatsukas in duo team up, the Sonic Brothers use their Dawn Blasters blast party attack to shoot the two before getting struck by the Taro brothers with their own weapons, calling their finisher, Unrivaled Taro. 3 Avatar Combat Art, purifying the Hidatsukas, who turn out to be Ray the Flying Squirrel and Mighty the Armadillo respectively, much to the 10's surprised that the demons are actually small humanoid creatures like the Sonic heroes. The Sonic heroes went up to check on Ray and Mighty, who explain about their desire to reunite with Sonic again since the three have been captured and escaped from Dr. Eggman's island. But when Tails and Knuckles appear, it's almost like Sonic has left them to be with his new friends as replacements and rip-offs of Ray and Mighty, as they apologize to the three for something like this to happen, which Sonic says it's alright, cheering up the two to just smile, explaining while Ray and Mighty may have been forgotten for a long time, allowing Tails and Knuckles to take their place. The original duo will always have a special place in Sonic's heart, including Tails and Knuckles, who apologize to Ray and Mighty for this kind of tragedy of not being together, as the original and new duos form a bond of friendship according to Mamoy, who he and the Donbrothers happily looked on that they're becoming more like brothers. Sonic then walks up to shake Mamoy's hand before he uses his gold ring to open up a portal for the five, heading back to their own dimension, despite being disappointed that the Sonic heroes' contract as the Donbrothers have expired already, bidding farewell to the 7 and remind them to thanking the Master for giving him special chili dogs. Still confused on Sonic's recent visit to their own dimension, the 7 Donbrothers head back to Cafe Donbora to ask Kato, who explains that he lured Sonic with chili dogs after finding out that 2 Hidatsukas have been teleported to the Donbrothers world instead of Sonic's. After that, Arashiro and Kimura decide to leave Mamoy to continue fighting the demons along with his companions, as the two decide to visit South Korea to purify other Hidatsukas, that every person from around the world might be filled with greed. The two also apologize to Jiro about the brothership, which results in Jiro happily becoming the younger brother to Mamoy, who again still disagrees that he only prefers being the only family member because he is Mamoy while Jiro's Momotani, making the aspiring hero more depressed by this. After the two Taros bid farewell to the 5 and plan on reuniting when the time is right, the Donbrothers talk about if they become small humanoid creatures like Sonic to be similar towards Inu brother, like Taro and Haruka as hedgehogs, Shinichi as an echidna, Tsuyoshi as a fox, and Jiro as a badger. After returning to Sonic's homeworld, the Sonic heroes received an invitation to participate in the Crossworlds Grand Prix, as Ray and Mighty, despite being disappointed that they didn't get to join in, support the 3, who are excited to see what worlds they get to race and experience.